You're listening to Beauty, Strength, and Dominance, the official podcast of Lingerie Fighting Championships. And now, here's your host, Michael Larkin.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of the LFC podcast. I think you guys can see by this video, you know what we're going to be talking about. My name is Mike Larkin, and joining me today is LFC prospect. It's a round two, an LFC calendar individual, if you will. We got the new pets of the LFC, and here's a pet right here, the one and only Rylee Jade. Rylee, it's a pleasure and a privilege. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Michael. I'm so happy to be back.
Well, first and foremost, happy to have you, and congratulations. This is your cat. I believe you said it's Cebu. Cebu is the name of the cat. Beautiful cat.
Yeah, Cebu is voicing his displeasure, so I will let him go shortly, but he wanted to say hi to everybody.
Oh, well, hello, Cebu. And Cebu is one of many cats and many animals, so to speak, in the new LFC calendar. Pets of the LFC, as Rylee puts him down. I had to do the same thing with my cat, so don't you worry about it. Wonderful thing about it is, first of all, the joy and the love and the warmth that animals bring in. What a great thing. And I got to mention this. Shout out to Richard Enber, the LFC photographer, who included his own pet, Pops, which is named after his father, the beagle that you see on the cover of the LFC calendar, which is run by Jordan Jojo, the Hammer Hamner there, who made her debut at LFC 35 against Terry Feisty Fist London. So, which brings me to you, Rylee Jade, because you are one of three prospects, along with Autumn Ivy and Ziva Faye, among the LFC veterans, which we'll get here. How do you feel, man? You're now a part of an LFC calendar, which there's been so many. How are you feeling?
It's crazy because this is my first calendar. I didn't even think the CEO of LFC would ever ask me to be a part of the calendar shoot. He sent me an email and he asked if I have a pet. I did. Would I be interested in doing a calendar? I'm so sorry. Cebu is just complaining in the background.
All right.
He has FOMO, but he doesn't want to be on the screen. I
Okay.
need to be a part of this. But anyways, I did tell Sean I have a cat, and he goes, "Great. If you can do a photo shoot, send me a good picture of you and your cat. That would be great." So I don't know how many of you guys saw my picture on the calendar, but Cebu was not happy.
Oh, it was an angry cat, a very displeased cat on that. You guys, if you've not checked out the calendar, it's out now. VIP members, go to lfcfights.com. But for those who have seen it, you will know the displeasure, the angry cat. It's like the infamous angry cat that we see on many of the YouTube videos. Cebu was not happy.
No, I think he was plotting a murder in that very second. I don't know what he was thinking because he looked really, really pissed off. But honestly, that was the best photo from the thousands that that I took. Honestly, that was the best one with Cebu and I. Him getting all upset, and at least I was looking into the camera, not upset.
No, first of all, I'm going to say you look gorgeous as always. You look very good. Photo came out lovely, as did every one of these. I mean, you join a list of Tomiko the Temptress Tajima, Serena Honey Punch Kyle, veteran LFC filer, Angelica the Italian Knockout Cole, the Champ, Jolene the Valkyrie Hex, Shelby Paris, Genevieve Hex, Autumn Ivy, Jen Rep, yourself, Ziva Faye, Terry Feisty Fist London, and Bella Inc. Now, here's what's great about this, because we all have different pets and we all have different ways of showing love with our pets. We got dogs in this calendar. We got cats, we got snakes, we got pigs, and we got a horse.
Horse.
It's a
Crazy.
wide variety, right? And I mean, for me, as I mentioned, I'm a cat lover. I got two cats myself, but god dang, man, for you, from the pet side of things, let's talk about Cebu here. Even though he's been displeasured and he left, you want to get out of the room, so to speak here. So, how long have you had Cebu, and were you always a cat lover? Let's talk about the animal side of things. Were you always a cat lover, and how long have you had Cebu?
So Cebu is actually my first cat, but I didn't get him until he was 12 and a half years old. He's currently 15 and a half, so he's an old man. Um, I have never had a cat before Cebu, but I did work in veterinary clinics when I was younger. So I was around cats and dogs all the time. I used to be a foster parent for cats, kittens, cats in general. Anyways, eventually they would go to a home and, the cycle continues. Cebu came to me because he was surrendered. His owners didn't want him anymore. He's got kidney disease as well, so he's got vet bills and everything. So, anyways, I was supposed to foster Cebu until he finds a forever home. 3 months into fostering, Cebu didn't want to leave. He made that very clear. He wanted to stay with me. So I was kind of like, oh, I don't know. I mean, I was really happy being a foster parent, really. Um, I just didn't think I would have enough time to commit to a cat full time.
Mhm.
But, Cebu and I bonded, and I ended up filling out his adoption papers, I think 4 or 5 months after I started fostering him. So now he's mine.
Well, first and foremost, I will say this: you being the animal lover that you are, that's wonderful, giving the cat appropriate home and just showing that love, that tender love and care, as we all know. And I think for me, and what I love about the theme with pets, if you look at the LFC calendars of the past, we've had movie themed, we've had different settings for every month. For example, February, Daniel Cowbell St. Pierre loves Valentine's Day, put it on the cover of February. So everything had a theme, everything had a card based theme. Now, this is the first time with pets. And I mean, I'm going to say this right now: we're both pop culture nerds. As a fan of pop culture, you give me a J14 magazine, you give me some stickers, any file of accessory, I'm going to say it, any file of accessories, if you will, give me something, because that's a big deal, not just in popular culture, but in these terms. I mean, we have LFC, it's a little bit of MMA, a little bit of wrestling, a little bit, a little bit of clothing, but god dang, man, we have that sex appeal side with the calendar. It only fits. And I think a lot of people, whether it be in wrestling, like we always talked about, whether it's an action figure, whether it's a video game, whatever. If you're on that type of merch, if you will, that calendar, it's money.
It's amazing. I mean, when I got it, I was like, oh my goodness. It looked really good. I loved all of the girls on the calendar, minus my own cat because he looked so pissed off. He was the only grumpy pet in the whole entire calendar. So, I mean, you know.
I feel you. And I look at it from a stance too as well. And what I love about what we get to do with these shoots is more getting to know a lot of the LFC fighters and a lot of the LFC prospects. And I think for you, you're one of the many top 10 prospects that we have here in Lingerie Fighting Championships. So you are hitting on all cylinders, RJ. You are hitting on all cylinders.
Thank you. I mean, I was really surprised to see myself on the prospect list, even to be on the list itself. And to be top five, it's kind of like, oh my God, this is unreal.
I'm going to tell you what it is right now. It's this. It's the grill, man. You got a nice grill, number one. I'm putting it out there with the utmost sincere respect.
Nice.
The grill, you're welcome. But also at the same time, man, you have that funny side about you. You got that wit. You got that curiosity. It's one of those things, too, as well, RJ. You got it going on, much as all the ladies do. And I think that's what we get to exude and accentuate, that internal and external beauty. So it's only a matter of time before you make your debut. And I mean, we have so many events coming up. The Valentine's Day on February 14th, May 12th, July 29th, and of course, Halloween. So I look forward to definitely seeing it at a future LFC event.
Thank you. I'm super excited too. I kind of have an idea as to when I'm gonna debut, but we'll just keep that a secret for the time being.
Sounds like a plan, and I can't wait to see you make your debut. Now, for you, we've seen a lot of great girls on the calendar that I mentioned, so I'm going to say this right now. I think when it comes to any opponent, I think you're going to mesh very well with. And folks, at the time of this recording, we're going to have announced bouts starting Monday for the next LFC 37 back to the mansion on Valentine's Day. So for you, being a prospect, you're scouting, you got your eyes all over, your eyes are wide open like your arms. I'm taking it back to Creed here. I'm saying Rylee Jade, with your arms and your ears wide open and your ear to the mat here, man. Your ear to the ground. You're waiting. You're hearing. You're listening. All the five senses are kicking in. Who do you have your eyes on for a possible first opponent? You're looked in the calendar. You've looked at the website. You've gotten a chance to visualize, but not attack like Bobby Boucher. For you, Rylee Jade, who you got your eyes on right now?
You know what? There's only one person,
What's that?
and that's Jolene Hex.
Oh my
She's
goodness.
well, she's got all the belts, she's got all the medals. Someone's got to take it off of her.
Oh my goodness. All right. Just going right for the throat. I like it. She wants to get that blingage, that booty camp chain around her neck. You know what I'm saying? I'll let me be your teddy bear like Elvis. Give me a European title. Give me an LFC championship. You'll all the waist, the shoulders, huh?
You know what? Jolene is such a good fighter. Like, I've seen so many of her videos and I've seen so many of her fights. Who doesn't want to challenge a like three belt winner?
As we've donned her now, the champ, champ, champ is Jolene, the champ, champ, champ.
Well, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep. And well, that's the thing too. I think with Jolene, with her Krav Maga style as it is, and she just came off of winning at the last booty camp against Jenny Bloody Valentine. She took down a much bigger opponent, the muscles, the strength, the tenacity of a Jenny Bloody Valentine, choked her out, passed out to the pain, and now Jolene holds all the gold. So for you, that's so bad I'm putting out there, putting it out into the LFC universe, if you will. Give me some Jolene and Rylee Jade.
I know, right? Put it out to like the LFC gods, aka the CEO. I hope he's listening.
Absolutely. And I think from a stance too as well. And y'all got that Canadian vibes, not just with Sean, but Joel as well. We talked about Joel the last time. I'm going to say right now, if we get some interactions with you and Joel Kane, whether it be at the events or in LFC Exposed, I'm all for that because I got to say, Joel Kane, if you got a tough son of a gun like Mike the Truth Jackson, who was judging last time, MMA fighter, the man beat the holy hell out of CM Punk and UFC. So if Joel has the ball sack, the overall tenacity, and the overall gumption, if you will, to go out of Mike the Truth Jackson, I mean Rylee Jade, that's a coach in itself right there.
You know what? I am so excited to meet Joel. I don't know if he's going to end up being my coach. I don't know what team I'm going to be on eventually, but I think Joe's on the pink team,
Yep. Yep.
right? Okay. Well, I mean, no, you know what? Jolene's on the pink team, so I can't be on the
Yes.
pink team. I can't challenge on
Yes. But hey,
right?
we got more teams though. We got Leon Hader on the black team, we got Audrey on the blue team, and now we got the healthy male team coming in. So we got a lot of teams.
The yellow team,
Yes,
which
I'll be the
which
yellow.
is where I should be on, right? Because I'm yellow. It only makes sense, right?
Hey man, they call you Mellow Yellow. I like your style. Well, there's so many teams. And first of all, when you got Healthy Male, who is a great sponsor for LFC and what they do, man, we're adding more teams to there. We got Jordan the Hammer Hamner, who's rocked that yellow for the Healthy Male, which y'all will see on the calendar side of things. But here's the thing, too. You're adding more, and I think what's great about LFC is we never stop growing. We're always there with so many great prospects and different, endeavors and different avenues. I think for me, I love the fact to see people like yourself, number one, not only who take it seriously, but number two, you got some badassery about yourself there, Rylee Jade. I'll tell you this all and on to the break of dawn. But you have one of those things where I'm going to say, man, it's such precocious and full of wonderment, like on Ricky Bobby and Talladega Nights. You got that precociousness and that wonderness, man. You got it.
You know what? The only reason why I stay active and I train, exercise, et cetera, it's because I love to eat.
Mhm.
I love food so much. That is my only motivation in wanting to work out is to eat, but to win belts as well, right?
Absolutely. And I think we've all got to do a lot of stuff out of the LFC auspices as well. I saw you got to do your thing as a ring girl, doing the damn thing. Belle Inc. just did her thing for Rough and Rowdy fighting and do a little ring girl side on her own. So I think what's great about LFC too, it also branches out, much like you see with the women of Invicta, Shannon Knapp's promotion, like a Shayna Baszler going to WWE and all these, varieties and different endeavors, so to speak. So it's great always to branch out. I got to say, I did see you do your ring girl thing, man, with that smile on your face is only as you could do. Great job. And I hope to see you do more of those and more LFC stuff in the future as well. You're rocking it, RJ.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You know what? I felt really motivated in wanting to do the things that I've always wanted to do and not worry about what other people say or think about me. That was one thing that I really wanted to achieve in 2022 because I feel like I used to get worried. Yes, baby. I I used to be so worried about what people say or, oh, they don't like me. But nowadays I feel like I'm happier when I can do what I want to do. I mean, what I want to do is nothing bad. I don't know why people have to speak so negatively about it, but it is what it is.
I feel you 100%. And I'm going to say this right now, as someone who comes from a Catholic family, and I'm big into the Lord. I'm big into what I do. I believe if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here. And to add on to what you're saying, which is beautifully and eloquently said here, I think as we get older, I'm going to say right now, I just turned 30 this past year. I'm going to be 31 here in 2023, rocking it. As we get older, and I think I find this more as we get to our 30s, I don't want to say we don't give a fuck, but we kind of don't give a fuck. What I mean by that bluntness right there is we all want to go out on our thing and explore any different ventures and do what we love. And people are going to say what they will. People have said what they have said about lingerie fighting championships, that it's this and that it's that. But at the end of the day, one of the key words and components that goes into this is the word fun. And that's what it's about. If
Mhm.
you're not having fun with what you're doing, then why do it at all?
Exactly.
And
I'm
I
happy.
Absolutely, as you should be, man. And I look at it from a stance too as well. We talked about your wrestling career on the last show, and I mean, from what you've done with wrestling and just your overall characters and mannerisms, I think you have the ability, especially with the LFC screen, the LFC universe that we see here, with different shows like Exposed. We got Get Wet. We got, of course, this show on the LFC network and the LFC Fights website on the VIP section. So, I mean, I think it's golden to have that overall platform and get that overall achievement there. And I think you're going to do that. And I mean, from what we get to see influxed with lingerie fighting championships from MMA, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and many different crafts and different art forms. I think it's a win-win because you and I were talking before this thing, man, and y'all came back from jiu-jitsu. You're doing your thing. You're kicking, you're striking, kicking some butte, Rylee Jade. So you're all up in that jiu-jitsu front, right?
You know what? I actually did jujitsu this morning, and I messaged you earlier, and I said, "Oh my goodness, Michael, I am so tired." What we So one of my friends, he owns a gym that's 30 minutes away from me, and it was my first time, trying his classes out. His jujitsu classes are more jujitsu wrestling,
Mhm.
but Olympic style wrestling.
Nice.
Any, anyways, we had to learn this thing called bow and arrow today. It sucks. Like that choke really, really sucks. But the worst part is the instructor goes, okay, so do it 31 more times just so we can get the hang of it. My God, when someone squeezes you a little harder and a little too fast,
Mhm.
there was a guy who almost passed out today. He didn't have the time to tap. He almost passed out. I was like, oh my goodness. But I took another class this morning, so I was pretty much active. I was super tired. I thought about ordering a party tray of sushi before before I got on here with you because I was so hungry.
First of all, man, pass the sushi my way, man, with your sushi stuff. I love you. Now, I'm going to put this right here. The jiu-jitsu side of things, man, the bow and arrow, one of the most dangerous submissions in professional wrestling. The squeeze, just the overall leverage that you got there. And especially you got the Greco-Roman side of things. So you got that old school mindset and mentality here of learning the right way of pro wrestling. So I like that. And also I'm going to say right now, it's funny because you think of the Carolinas are mostly influx with like Ric Flair and stuff like that with, Jim Crockett Promotions and the wrestling side of things. But god dang, man, we have the gym over here. It's the X gym, which is pretty much teaches a lot of what you're talking about here. And then over here, there's like a CrossFit like just spot over here if you want to learn CrossFit. It's right in front of your fingertips, people. All you got to do is go in there, get the gym, get right, get your mind right, and grind like the Rylee Jade over here. My goodness, man, passing out everybody to the pain bow and arrow style, baby.
Oh God. Yeah, it's been really tiring.
I think at the end of the day, though, it's worth it because I look at not just yourself, but women just in general. We got a lot of badass women in LFC, and we got a lot of badass women in MMA and pro wrestling. So I think you're adding your name and you're continuing your lineage to that. So I think it must feel good, not just the component, the proponents that we see all around us, but god dang, man, you're just really showing off the craft. And I think you got the craft about you, you got the mind. So I mean, you got to apply that craft somehow, right, Riley?
Uh, I don't see myself that way, but thank you. Thank
I
you so
got you. I got you. Well, that's the thing too. It's not that, and I think a lot of people really need to realize that, get the visual lens, so to speak. Like I always said this, and I'll give a shout out to our boy Tommy Bell here. Look at T Bell here. I'm not talking about Taco Bell. I'm talking about Tommy Bell. Even though some people might want to have some Taco Bell after I just said that. Anyway, I
much.
digress. But you look at somebody like a Tommy Bell. The dude has got the canvas. He draws many different women, not just from LFC, all over. Tommy's got that vibe about him where he knows what to paint with the canvas. He's got the right pencils. He's got everything encompassed in that. So if Tommy Bell has that visual lens that I see with his drawings, and like you see and people and just in general, I think it's that winning combination. And I had to give Tommy a shout out for that because you've seen his drawings. The dude is c'est magnifique when it comes to the drawing table.
Tommy is such a good artist. I mean, I saw all of the LFC photos, the girls that he drew. Amazing. I hope he'll draw me one day in this year in 2023.
Add him to his collection. I'm going to say right now, Tommy Bell's got a lot of amazing drawings coming in 2023. Be on the lookout for T-Bell art. Now, for you on this side of things, talk about works of art. We have so many things going on in the LFC. We talk about the events. We talk about the calendar. You talking about going on Jolene head on. You know, saying what you're doing with your tenacity and, you know, tenacity here. But god dang, man, we talked about everything from calendars and everything and from that stance. And I mentioned J14, and I'm going to put this out there, folks. From the pop culture side of things, not just with LFC calendars, but when you're looking at J14 and all these magazines, it's not just a big deal from an image standpoint, but when you got stories and you're highlighted, and I mean, seeing what you've done from all different facets, if you will, the overall highlight I think you get because you're in this new stage, you're in this new plan, you're not giving a fuck what anybody thinks. You're NFG Jade. I'm going to name that to you now. You're NFG Jade, no fucks given. So we have that side of things, you know, really encompassed here and then to the forefront. So for you, the sky's the limit, but also at the same time, man, I think it's great also not just to try something new, but also I think you get to really amplify yourself because you're already one of a kind, my friend, but you're also amplifying yourself to that next level. So the amplification is in effect, right?
Absolutely, it is.
And I think as well, now we talk about your cat and you've had Cebu and you're doing many things as far as the pet side of things. Now, I've been a cat lover myself. Like I have my two cats now, Jackson and Bo. My other two cats are Ashley and Scarlett. They passed a couple of years ago, but I think I'm going to say this about people with animals and cats and just in general. We mentioned the warmth and everything that goes into that, whether it be cuddles, whether it just be the overall, you know, just the warmth when you get home and you see a cat. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. But as an animal owner, I think it's not just great, but you're also putting animals into homes and we're having the right owners. And I think just the best part about it too is give me a cat, give me a dog, hell, give me a horse. If you're Autumn Ivy here in this calendar, it's finding that right companion. Sometimes that companion's right there with a pet, just JLT, just like that.
I was so surprised to see a pig and a horse in the calendar. It was just unexpected. It's very cute. I wish I have a pig. I wish I can keep a potbelly pig. They're so cute.
Let me tell you something, folks. And for those who don't know what she's talking about, we mentioned Autumn Ivy and the horse, but LFC vet Serena Honey Punch Kyle, float like a butterfly, sting as a bee, but she's got that sweetness to her. Let me talk about Serena Kyle here. Probably one of the most sweetest people ever in the world of LFC. But god dang, man, I even was taken aback because I love her to death. But a pig. I couldn't even keep a pig, but she's got a pig and she's taking care of it. You know what it made me feel like? I'm going to take everybody back to some Nickelodeon here. It made me feel like Hey Arnold, when Arnold had Abner. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about Abner, the pig. That's what it felt like. I'll leave it to Babe. Pig in the city, for God's sake. A pig.
I thought you were going to say Charlotte's Web.
Okay, we'll even go back to Charlotte's Web. All right, this one having to go way back with it. But, you know, Babe, Charlotte's Web, you went the animated side. I went the movie side. Okay, fine. You went your this literature over here, but no, I digress. Charlotte's Web is a great example, fine example. But no, I think you need that different things. And here's the uniqueness about it. And here's how we talk about imagery right here. I'm talking about images, right? So you could have a pig, you can have a horse, it don't matter. Hell, some people have pink hair, some people have blue hair, but you're doing the style. We talk about amplifying yourself with how you are from the image standpoint. And one thing that really comes into it, two words here at Rylee Jade, it's variety and it's uniqueness.
Well, thank you, Michael. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, but you need uniqueness to it. It's variety, it's uniqueness to everything that we have in here. And for those who want to have black or pink hair and blue hair, and as some people say, real men wear pink, wear some pink, get some pink in your hair. Look like John Maxley back in 2007 for those wrestling fans know what I'm talking about. So, I mean, you have to have that variety that shows that edge. And I'll be honest with you right now, and I look at it from a stance too, even when we grow up in school, right? Everybody's unique with different cliques, different sets, if you will. But one side, here's a goth, here's a little frat, here's this, here's that. we all have that different variety to us that makes us unique, but also at the same time, and I'm not just saying this because I was a part of the Get Along gang, but also at the same time, RJ, man, everybody gets to really know one another, not just in school, but just in life. And man, it's really interesting to dive into one's brain and psyche and also find the true heart right here, man. I think that's the beauty of the overall interactions of life. I think you can agree with me on that.
Yeah, absolutely. But do you still keep in touch with people that you went to high school with?
Some of them, yes. My best friend, Steve Nicoforo, he graduated a year earlier than me, but him and I have been best friends ever since '08. So, yes, I still do. I still do, And I look at it from a stance, too, as well. I think whoever goes to high school with, I know sometimes relationships fade away. You go this way, you go that way. But sometimes you come back and you meet, as I'm doing the little thing right here, staying on the path. Folks, it's one of the things where you have to meet in the middle somewhere. And I mean, we talk about reunions, we talk about that. There's some people you want to see. There's some people you don't want to see because, hey, they might be a capital D for douchebag, if you know what I'm saying. Excuse my language. But one of the things there that we get to see here is just where we go in life. And I think at the end of the day, we all grow, we all adapt, and some of us perish, but also at the same time, we still make those moments and memories that are created and yet to be created. So we all go our own way. We're like Fleetwood Mac. We go our own way. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. Pop culture.
That's how I roll. That's how I roll. But no, I think RJ, I think what's great about it too is as well, like we talk about the calendar, we talk about everything unfolding here. For you, the journey doesn't stop. And I mean, you're doing your ring girl thing, you did your LFC calendar thing. So you're adding more attributes in 2023. So what does 2023, the future, have in store for Rylee Jade this year? I know we talk about lingerie fighting championships, but what are we going to see from RJ and the place to be come this year, Rylee Jade?
You know what? I actually have a lot going on in my personal life. So I I did put a lot of things on hold for the time being. I don't know for sure what I will be doing wrestling wise in 2023. I can only promise you that you will see me in LFC sometime. I don't know when either, but when I find out, you guys will know as well, probably. So you guys will see me sometime in 2023, I promise you. If not, then you guys can yell at Sean.
Okay, we got to put this out here. Talk about wrestling. That photo of you backstage at SmackDown, man. We got to bring this up. Congratulations on that. Doing your thing, man. Now, first of all, let's talk about that experience. I know it's a backstage thing, but how does that feel, man? Smack it down as blue. You were rocking the blue, looking good. You know what I'm saying? Amplifying yourself, looking good here, all up in here, Rylee Jade. How was that experience for you with the SmackDown side of things, man?
It was really fun. It was busy that day. I was there. Um, Not allowed to say too much, but it was a very, very fun time. I really enjoyed myself.
I will
Pretty
say,
much every time I go there, it's been really fun.
I think what's great about it too is as well, and I always say this about the world of professional wrestling, and you and I talk about the craft and the skills. I mean, you do your promos, I attempt to do promos for those who have seen my work on Max Wrestling with my last promo and my facials, but it's one of those things too as well. I think what's great about the verbal side of things, what you do with your promos and how you wrestle as well, it's not just a craft, but what I love about it too as well, whether you're enhancement talent, whether you're in a backstage role, whether you're a ring announcer, whether you're commentating, the overall production that goes into any endeavor of entertainment, you all have a certain role. And I think that's awesome that you got that opportunity. I think anybody who gets an opportunity, no matter how minuscule it may be, no matter how big it be, you make the most of it.
Absolutely. It's been a dream come true, every aspect. So it's been great.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna say this about you, man. If I never see another ring girl doing the badass work that you do, man, round number 2, round number 3, hello, just holding up the cards, give me a little round ski, you know what I'm saying? I hope to see a little bit more of that. I know we're talking about different rounds here. We're not talking about those kind of rounds, if you know what I'm saying. Head onto the bar, last call, baby. But no, that's
oh my goodness.
Well, no, that's the thing too about you. Here's why I love you. Not just your sense of humor and stuff, but my friend, but it's one of those things too as well. We're talking about the drink side of things. You eat, you drink. You got what I mean by that is like, you're very vibrant human being, and it shows. And I love that. Sometimes you got to manage it.
Vibrant.
I'm just saying.
That's very cute. That's very cute, Michael.
It is what it is. It's vibrancy. It's just, yeah, give me a little food, give me a little drinks. I'm happy. I like it. Like the party. You rocks the party that rocks the party. Give me some MC light up in here. Oh. No, but But that's the thing too. I can appreciate that because I think not only are you eating, but you're working out. That goes into everything into fruition. And if you're doing it in rotation the right way, you'll see results. So I mean, that's a plus right there.
Exactly. So the times when I don't go eating and drinking, I need to show you something.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you know what this is?
Oh my goodness, I believe I do. Just tell me when I see it, but you're gonna have to remind me.
I think you'll know once I show you.
Okay, hit me. Oh my goodness, yes. Okay. All right. Yes, we talked about this, but your Nintendo and all your video game consoles. Yes.
Yes. Do you know what it is?
I do, but let the world know.
That is a Steam Deck that I bought during Christmas time
Mhm.
so that I can bring, Steam everywhere with me. Oh, it's so good. I love it. I love gaming when I have time, which is never. So now I got a portable console that I can take anywhere with me. Oh my God, Michael, it's amazing. I love that thing.
You're like the kid, like, all right, and I'll be honest with you, like, again, going back to like pop culture and the J14s and the stickers and stuff, like, you give me a movie or you give me video games, and here's why I can relate to you. That console, very almost similar to like when we had the PSPs, like, you couldn't take me off a PSP. Now, mind you, I still have a PS2. That's how old I rock it with the PS2. And I know you said you have a PS1 somewhere in your house. Same with me. Same with me. Here's the thing, like, I'm a big wrestling gamer, or you could give me like whatever, but I always think it maybe I might be frugal with this. But yo, if I'm only gonna buy one game for one system, why would I want to spend all my money on that? So like, I'm good. Like, if you, and here's the funny part about it, if you look at it, like, a lot of people like still playing retro games, which is great
Mhm.
because they're timeless, but also at the same time, like, having, like you said, a Steam Deck or a PSP or whatever console that you have, it's addicting, and you have to have the right games. So what are you playing on the Steam Deck, man?
Well, people are gonna shit on me for for this. I was playing Resident Evil Village.
Mhm.
That came out over a year ago, so it's not a new game by any means, but graphic is so good. Nowadays, I'm playing Stardew Valley, even though it's a pretty pixelated game. But I love farming. I love farming games. I love hacking vegetables and watering them and, being a farm girl on the console.
It's a very unique style, but I like it. That's cool. And I mean, here's the thing too, as well. Like, okay, it's funny. Like, my tastes are very unique, whether it be music or whatever. And I think the uniqueness, like we talked about, really works. But like, one day, like, you could catch me playing a wrestling game or a basketball game. Like, I'll be honest with you, like I mentioned to you, PS1. If y'all give me, for those that remember NBA Shootout that had like Stephon Marbury on the cover back in the day, yes, that was my shiznit. That was my shiznit. It's a shootout. Like, give me some NBA shootout. Give me Gran Turismo, for those that used to have that. Give me NASCAR Thunder from 2002. Give me the Scorpion King video game. Give me the Grand Theft Autos. Hell, give me a little Jack and Dexter, for those that remember Jack and Dexter. Oh my goodness, I'm bringing it back with the games, but that's the point about it. There's nothing wrong with gaming. You know what it is? And that's the one stereotype. And here's the funny part about this. Like, I equate it to wrestling, right? Like AJ Lee. AJ Lee loves her video games, but the typical, like, you look at her, it's like, oh, it's kind of nerdy. But here's the thing, let me tell you something. Nerds rule the world, number one. So bleh. And number two, the funny part about that is too, not just gaming, but also is like literature, like we talked about Charlotte's Web, but gaming also gives the imagination going. It gets the mind going. It really gives you like that destination. Just want to see where the story takes you, what season mode and what mode goes with stuff. And I mean, it's fun. It lets out the endorphins, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. I think Bella Madison also gamed. I'm not 100% sure. I
Oh
think
yeah.
she has a Twitch.
Oh yeah, y'all can check out Bella Madison on Twitch and check her out on Twitter and Instagram with all her games and her Michael Myers. Yeah, she's all up in the mix. She loves the gaming. Probably not just one of the sweetest people ever, but god dang, man, the gaming is on fire when it comes to Bella Madison.
Maybe her and I will game together one day if we ever work a show together.
That is something we need. Bella Madison and RJ in the place to be. Give me some gaming style. Y'all can do a gaming channel, do a live Twitch stream, do something. I'm there for it.
Exactly. That's right.
Absolutely. But no, I think that's the uniqueness that really shows to it. And I'll say this right now, as far as gaming goes, like, we talk about the consoles, and you mentioned the Steam Deck. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, I've heard when we were talking about this, like I've heard good things, especially now from you. So that is definitely something that is going to be on my list for 2023. Get myself a Steam Deck. So yeah, I'm taking it with you everywhere. Get you the Steam Deck. So is it you're steaming? What is the like correct term for what the players of Steam Deck? Are you steaming? You're just steam rolling. You're steaming on. What are we doing here?
Playing on the deck. I don't know.
Play. Okay, we're trying to create something cool because here's the thing: everybody has like different like fans things. It's like people that are like into like Twitch, like the Twitch streamers, or on the Twitter you're tweeting. On Facebook it's FB, and they initialize it and stuff. But it's also kind of ridiculous at the same time because everything has to be abbreviated now instead of talking normally. But at the same time, man. So yeah, we're steaming, we're steamrolling, playing on the deck. It's the Steam Deck.
Yes. We're steaming. We're steaming on the deck.
Steaming on the deck. Yes.
That doesn't sound right, but please don't take it the wrong way. We're playing games on the deck.
Get your mind out of the gutters, folks. That's what she's there.
Yeah. There's no good way of wording it. I'm just playing on the deck.
You just gave many guys listening to us a new pickup line. Hey, you want to steam on the deck? Huh? They just gave some pickup lines now. There you go. Steaming on the deck. Woo woo. So, oh my God. So,
I'm not responsible for this.
I hold you in full responsibility, Miss Rylee Jade. So
no, thank you.
You're welcome. So, steaming on the deck, Steam Deck, go out of your way and get yourself some consoles, man, and just do what you do and love what you love. And I'm going to say this right now, man. First of all, you're coming on camera here and you're looking good, much like you are in the calendar. So, I mean, what we get to see here, folks, is RJ in the place to be. We get to see many girls of LFC, from the prospects into the fighters, and you get to see Richard Enver. Shout out to Richard once more for the idea. The LFC calendar, the pets of the LFC. She's an angry cat. We got Cebu up in here being all angry, disheveled, got the Gur face on, you know what I'm saying, ready to rip ass and take some names. Not liking it, not feeling it, but I got to say the shot once more came out great.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. But yes. So before we close this out and we're steaming on the deck, Rylee Jade, I'm going to say right now, I look forward to having you back on the show for round 3. And you can check out Rylee also on my pop culture show coming up. We're going to talk about some Spice Girls and a lot of things because this girl, you like to spice up your life, man. You're all about it. Stop right now. Thank you very much. I see it. I see what you're doing.
You know what? Guilty pleasure. I listen to the Spice Girls still on whenever I go to the gym.
Okay.
It's not a lie.
I'm about that. And here's where wrestling ties into this. And I think you'll get a laugh out of this because it's an infamous episode on MTV when MTV actually played music. I digress. So MTV, the True Life specials. Remember the True Life specials on MTV?
Yeah.
So one of the episodes was True Life, I'm a Backyard Wrestler. And it showed them doing the damn thing in the backyard and just, it was one of those shows. So one of the wrestlers on there was called the Cosmic Smasher, and he was talking about why he does what he does with backyard wrestling. He's crapping on WWF, ECW, and WCW at the time. It's all fake. What we do, it's heart, it's passion, one love, one mind, one soul. He didn't say that. I just added that. So Cosmic Smasher is all about that, right? He's ready to do the damn thing in the backyard wrestling. He goes, I do this for her. I do this for her because I need to meet her. I need to meet Emma Bunton, a.k.a. Baby Spice. So he's doing backyard wrestling because he wants to get noticed by Baby Spice. I don't understand it, but the Spice Girls came into it. Rylee, see? Well, that's the thing.
A lot about. I have no idea.
But that's the thing too. Like, here's the funny part about it is like that stuff with I'm a backyard wrestler, and here's the thing about it too. I understand it because that's also in popular culture where we talk about gaming. Insane Clown Posse in the backyard wrestling games back in the day was a hot thing, where Sanjay Dutt out of Mothballs was in that game. I don't know why, but Sanjay Dutt's in it. And we have all these people that are in it. So it's a hot topic when it comes to wrestling and stuff. People did it as a kid. Do I recommend it? No. I think you should go be trained, go to the right school. You know what I'm saying? Like this one over here with the training skills, with the kicks and the strikes, jiu-jitsu, put me in a bow and arrow. Hello. But also at the same time, go out of your way and get trained and do it properly, man. It also makes for damn good entertainment for shows.
Exactly. Absolutely.
I think the worst one, and I said this to one of the girls here on the site. God dang, man, one of the funny shows that's been out there we talked about. I don't know if you remember Room Raiders from back in like the mid 2000s on MTV.
I don't think so. Room Raiders?
Room Raiders. So Folks, there was a show back in the day, and we'll talk about this more on pop culture, but here's a preview here. Room Raiders was a show where you guys would get, or girls, somebody would come into their house, you're on Room Raiders, they throw these 3 guys or 3 girls in the van, TV's right there in the van. Hi, I'm so-and-so, and you're on Room Raiders. So girls or guys are picking dates based on their rooms and what's in their rooms. Like, what if they have a book? Oh my God, he likes books. That means he's articulate. Or he has this. Oh my God, he has a guitar. That means he likes music. Like, duh. So they're looking at stuff in their room, and then they have spy kits just in case they might find a certain VHS or a certain thing in their bedroom, if you know what I'm saying. So it's stuff like that. That's really, yeah, that's what we had back in the day. Pretty much basing off rooms to get dates. It was dumb, but it was something.
I need to do my homework before we talk about pop culture because I feel like I need to, remember some things before we talk.
Nah, it's all good. I got you. But no, that's the thing too, folks. And what you should get is the LFC calendar. Pets of the LFC, Rylee Jade, and the place to be. Go get it. And before we close this out, first of all, Rylee, it's always such a blast talking to you, and you get me all hyped up and amplified this. You bring the best out of me, and I bring the best out of you. We're a team here, RJ, and I always appreciate you having me on the show, and I can't wait to have you back on.
I can't wait to be back on here as well.
Thank you. Before we do close this out, folks, I mentioned the calendar, and we'll promote it back here at the end here. But Rylee Jade, where can we find you on the Facebook, the Twitter, and the Instagram front? Where you at?
Facebook, Rylee Jade, RYLEE JADE. I don't have Twitter. I don't have a lot to say. This is the second podcast I've ever done. So I mean, LFC have all my podcast videos. You wouldn't see other things anywhere else. I just don't have a lot to say.
I like your style, and here's why I like it. We had this conversation. Like I said, folks, when I get to do this show, it's not just what you see on camera. It continues off camera because I've developed so much great friendships and relationships with these amazing people. But this one over here tells me she's not on Twitter. I can't get on Twitter. I don't want to interact with anybody on Twitter just because how Twitter is. She's not liking the vibes, is what she's telling me. And I said, God bless you. Because here's the thing, a lot of us don't even want to be on social media, but we have to get our names out in this day and age. So I feel you on the Twitter front. Personally, there's a lot of too much of this on Twitter, too much of this.
You know what? I understand we have to have social media to connect to the fan base online, but I mean, Facebook and Instagram is already enough for me. I already feel like I'm not able to handle Instagram. There are so many things I don't know how to use. I mean, I think I had issues posting stories, and I asked you how to do certain things. I just don't know how to do it. I'm not really social media savvy.
That's actually one of my favorite things. Is just because of the fact that I'm a little bit with some social media stuff too. But every time there's a post where I post to LFC Instagram or the LFC Twitter, it's this one over here goes, Mike, can you show me how to post the story?
It's true. Literally, if it doesn't have a repost and send button, that's too hard. That's too much for me. I can't do it.
I'm right there with you. I am on that same boat. We're taking the ride and we're taking the journey here together on the social media front, my friend. I feel you. But no,
that's probably the most difficult thing I have to do for LFC. Repost. How do I make a story? What is a boomerang? So yeah.
Oh God, it's the same thing with me and YouTube. I'm like, why are we remixing videos and remixing photos? Why can't we just have it work? Maybe I don't want the remix. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the original's just better than the actual remix, huh? But hey, it is what it is. But yes, so obviously we're not going to see you on the Tickety Talk either, right?
Oh, I have never downloaded the TikTok app on my phone. So all of the TikTok stuff I've seen are, through Facebook, through Instagram type of stuff. I don't know how to work TikTok. Like people talk about it at work and I'm like, this is way too difficult for me. I'll find it on Facebook. If it's important enough, I'll find it on Facebook or Instagram for that matter. So no, that's too hard.
So here's the thing. We have a TikTok for LFC. And
you do?
We do. I'll plug it at the end here. So there's an
I didn't even know. Sorry.
Just whatever. I don't even give a fuck about this text. Like, you got to whatever. See how it is right there. Whatever. So
Sorry, Sean. Please don't fire me just
no,
yet.
whatever. So I see how it is. No, I'm kidding. It's fuck you
My
and your
God.
TikTok. You know what I'm saying? TikTok on the clock, fuckers. Anyway, I digress. So the TikTok, the LFC TikTok features a lot of stuff that you'll see, short little videos, short little photos, much like we see on the Instagram. Everything kind of coincides at the end of the day. But with TikTok, I just do a lot of this because I'm like, I don't give a crap about these dances and these friggin' videos. It means nothing to me. Let me just go on here, post some doggone good photos of LFC, maybe a little video from Exposed or something that captures and people can gravitate towards, and then I get off. I don't care what anybody else is doing. Let me just post and let me get off. That's my extent to TikTok.
What is the LFC TikTok handle?
So for those that want to check out LFC on the TikTok, the tickety talk, the heart TikTok, you don't stop, color me bad. You can check us out, LFC Fights on TikTok. You can check us out, fights_LFC on Instagram. And you can check us out at LFC_fights on the Twitter. And of course, LFCfights.com, which you should check out. So if you ever do a TikTok, only follow the LFC TikTok if you want to go that route, Miss Rylee Jade.
Well, I mean, LFC TikTok is probably the only place you'll ever find me on there. I'm never going to post anything. I'm never going to have an account there.
Fairly, yeah.
I sound like an old person, okay? This is what grandmas would say. Like, oh, I don't want to make Instagram. I don't want to make a Facebook. It's too hard. I'm saying the exact same thing. Like, I have no Twitter. I have no TikTok.
You're like Andy Samberg. Andy Samberg was on Jimmy Fallon, and he was talking about how he didn't want to do Facebook, and the only Facebook friend he has out there, and he said it's kind of a dormant account. Andy Samberg goes, the one Facebook friend I have there is Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook. And how that came to be is they were at a Facebook party, and Mark's like, oh, your Facebook. He goes, I don't have a Facebook. And he goes, Mark Zuckerberg looked at him like, but you should have a Facebook just in case. Like, the owner of Facebook was shocked that Andy Samberg was not on the Facebook. And he's like, yeah, I only have a few people over here I need to talk to. I really don't need to go on here. And that's the right mindset, because I mean, we've got along before with actually out having to use social media. Give me a text, give me a number. Can I get your number, baby? Hit me with the 7 digits, get me on the phone. We're here. That's all we need.
You know what? That's what Facebook is for. They've got Messenger. You can post photos, you can post a post. I mean, that's really all I need, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, hey, I even hated it with MySpace, was back in the day. And like MySpace.
Oh, MySpace.
I know. I didn't do it. I thought it was ridiculous. But yeah, it was what it was.
We'll talk more about it in the pop culture thing, but instead of MySpace, back in the day, I used to use something called Asian Avenue. I don't know if you've heard of it before. It was more designed for Asians.
Save this for the pop culture
Yeah.
show.
I think I will.
You piqued my interest. So check out Rylee Jade on Facebook, which link will be in the description. Check out Instagram, and let everybody know the Instagram one more time.
Rylee_Jade_wrestling.
RJW. Boom.
With underscores in between. Yes.
Yes. Here's the thing. We've gotten so accustomed to underscores and everything. And here's the thing. People take the damn names, then you have to come with an underscore. You know how difficult it was to actually just do like LFC Fights or anything for the Instagram? Because these some bitches take it. Like, you're not LFC. You didn't even know about that lingerie fighting championships. Like, what are you doing? So I have to keep getting different handles because these son of a bitches take it.
Oh, no.
Hell's wrong with you people? Anyway, I digress. Guys, please check out. We're having a lot of fun here. It's all smiles. It's all love. This is what you get with Beauty, Strength, and Dominance. And where you could get Beauty, Strength, and Dominance is on LFCfights.com. If you got a Stitcher, you can go to Stitcher. You can go to TuneIn. You could go to iHeartRadio. You can go to Anchor. You can go to Apple Podcasts, wherever you get on the audio form, and you can hear this one right here. She's going to be a part of Season 6. Our first interview will be a part of Season 6. As we roll on and truck on through LFC. Season 6 focuses on the lead up to the last Booty Camp 4 and the aftermath of it, which of course features right over here. And so many great stuff coming. We got the LFC network on Roku. Download the Roku, man. LFC, capital N for the network. Spell it like that, or else nothing else was going to happen. Just spell it like that. Because if you want to get the LFC Roku, what's wrong with you? You should get it. LFCfights.com.
Wait, Michael, does that mean I'm going to be the very first podcast of 2023 for LFC?
One of them. You're going to be one of them. We're going to keep growing. We're already in season 6, so you're going to be a part of it. It's coming very, very soon.
Ooh, that's
exciting.
exciting.
Yes, so our first interview that y'all can see at Rylee Jade will be on season 6, and then we're going to keep on trucking to the break of dawn. We are almost 100 episodes in to video form of the LFC podcast, so it's going to keep growing, baby. So check it out. Check out Get Wet. Check out Exposed. Check out Tight, which features Coach Joel Kane in a reality show form. It's hilarious. Check it out. And yeah, that's pretty much what we got going on and on to the break of dawn. So before we close this out, Rylee Jade, do you have any final words to the LFC universe? If you want to plug the calendar one more time, you got anything to say to the LFC peeps?
I cannot wait to meet you guys. I mean, I was really hoping I would be a part of the February show, but it doesn't seem like it will happen anymore. I do promise you guys that I will meet you sometime in 2023. Unless Sean fires me, then...
Yeah, after just saying fuck you and your TikTok, right? Just get the fuck out of here with your TikTok. What the fuck?
What's the LFC TikTok? I should have found out before we went on this podcast, but
oh my goodness. No, you're fine. It's totally fine. But guys, check it out. It's all laughs. It's all fun. Like I mentioned, it's a blessing. It's a privilege each and every time to do this show for you. And I hope you all are entertained with my fast talking, high energy. Here's the thing, man. You don't even need to give me a drink or anything because I'm like this 24/7. So you know what I'm saying? I'm all out here. So, but I love you. And I love you, Rylee Jade.
You know what, Michael? I get so jealous whenever you can talk so fast like that because for me,
yes,
I need time to think and I need time to process my words. So when you talk like a rocket, here I am like processing you, thinking, talking like a turtle speed. Ugh, we're just two different levels.
Well, here's what it is.
A good way for you.
No, it's John Machida. It's John Machida, the world's talking man. All right, for those that remember, Mr. Testaverde from Saved by the Bell, who was the teacher, he was the fast like John Machida talks like this. John Machida, World War II, World War III. It was Hitler, Nazis. He talked very fast. He was known as the world's most talking man. John Machida. For those that remember, John Machida. No, Rylee Jade. No, on the John.
Nope.
Watch Saved by the Bell. He was the teacher on Saved by the Bell, where he's reading like, Civil War began. He's one of the fastest talking men ever. That's where I got it from. It's a John Machida in me.
Oh my goodness.
But no. Anyways, fast talking, slow talking, either way, we're steaming on the deck and we're steam rolling out of here on the LFC podcast.
Steam rolling out of our way, or sorry, no, out of the episode. I don't know.
No, you got it, man. You got it. But yeah, feel the flow. Don't you know? Rylee Jade is on the show. Folks, before we close this out, as I always say, beauty, strength, and dominance, the 3 key elements that make women the work of art that they are. And Rylee Jade, I include you in those sentiments. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it so much.
And remember, steam on the deck. Good night, everyone.
Yes.